And good evening, everyone.
What exactly is the game?
Would you rather?
What if someone refuses to make a choice?
Elimination. Here we...
The story opens in a quiet little home that doesn't feel quiet at all because every corner carries the weight of sickness. Iris, played with a kind of broken strength, is doing her best to keep her world intact. Her brother Raleigh lies weak in bed, barely clinging to his future. Leukemia is killing him, and the bills are killing her. She's the kind of sister who never leaves. She brings him food, wipes his sweat, forces smiles she doesn't feel. And every time the phone rings, it's another reminder they're sinking. Debt collectors circling like vultures. You can see it in her face. She's running out of moves. Then comes the so-called lifeline. Raleigh's doctor, Barton, introduces her to a man named Shepard Lambert, philanthropist, aristocrat, a rich smile with dead eyes. He offers salvation wrapped in velvet. Her brother's treatment, his transplant, every medical bill paid. The catch? Just one little game, a single night of choices. Would you rather? He says like it's some party trick. It's a devil's bargain, and she knows it. But Iris has nothing left but desperation. By the time she calls the number on the back of that card, you already know she's stepping into something that will chew her alive. That night, a luxury car pulls up, gleaming like a hearse in disguise. A butler, Bevan's tall, stone-faced, former military, opens the door without a word. Iris climbs in. She doesn't ask questions. Her brother is all she thinks about. The drive ends at the Lambert Manor, a sprawling estate where wealth oozes like poison. Inside, she meets the others. Lucas, charming with just enough shadows behind his smile. Travis, a war veteran with haunted eyes. Linda, fragile in her wheelchair but tougher than she looks. Peter, a gambler desperate for one last. Cal, who masks nerves with bravado. Amy, sharp, cynical, already playing the angles. And Conway, a recovering alcoholic whose debt has dragged him this far. And then there's Julian, Shepard's son. Spoiled, sneering, the kind of parasite that grew up feeding on daddy's power. You can see the cruelty in him before he even speaks. They all gather at the long dining table. White linen, red wine, silver cutlery. It looks like a feast, but it feels like a trap. Shepard plays the charming host, but his eyes sparkle with menace. The first test comes disguised as dinner. Iris refuses the meat. She's vegetarian. Shepard seizes the moment. $10,000 if she eats it. The whole table watches. She swallows her morals with the steak. Easy money, right? But we know it's the first cut in her armor. Then Shepard turns to Conway. The man won't touch the wine. Recovering alcoholic, he explains. Shepard smirks. $10,000 for a glass, $50,000 for the decanter of scotch. That's not temptation. It's cruelty dressed as generosity. Conway caves, drinks himself into a sick blur, and Shepard applauds like it's entertainment. Dinner ends. The real game begins. Would you rather? It's a question everyone knows. But here, every answer is pain. Shepard offers one last chance to walk away. Not a single soul moves. Pride, fear, or simple disbelief keeps them glued to their chairs. Bevins enters with a machine straight out of a nightmare. An electric shock rig with wired headbands. That's the first round. Shock yourself or to shock the person beside you. The choices cut quick. Cal takes the pain himself, heroic for 5 seconds. Amy doesn't hesitate to fry Linda in her chair. Linda passes it to Peter. Lucas, gritting his teeth, takes 2 shocks to shield others. Iris shocks herself rather than pass it on. Round 1 ends. No one dead yet. But everyone knows this was just a warm-up. Shepard steps out, leaving them time to stew. Already, escape plans whisper across the table. But guards line the manor, and Bevan's gun makes sure no one forgets what's at stake. Outside, Dr. Barton drives through the night, guilt clawing at it. He brought Iris into this. Now he's trying to get her out. But guilt rarely outruns bullets. Meanwhile, Shepard prepares round 2. And this time, mercy won't save anyone. He thinks the shot game was brutal. It wasn't. Round 2 strips away any illusion that this is just a quirky contest. The butler Bevins lays out the tools. An ice pick, a shambuk whip. Shepard's smile widens. He knows the room is about to crack. First up is Iris. She has to choose. Stab someone in the thigh with that ice pick, or whip Travis 3 times across the back. Travis, already sitting with soldier-straight posture, tells her to hit him. A stab could end him instantly. The whip might let him walk away. Iris hesitates. She's not built for cruelty, but Shepard cuts her off. Do it properly, he commands. No weak stops. She draws the whip across Travis's back, and the room flinches with every strike. Then it's Lucas's turn. His choice? Stab Iris. or whip Travis again. Travis, bleeding but stubborn, insists on taking. Lucas doesn't stab. He swings the whip, opening more bloody lines across Travis's back. It's loyalty, but it's also torture. When Travis's own turn arrives, Shepard makes it worse. Stab Lucas, his only friend in this hell, or let Bevins whip him 3 more times. Travis chooses pain. Again, he doesn't last long before his breath is ragged and his body is crumbling. Now it's Peter, the gambler's move. He can whip Travis again or stab Linda in her paralyzed leg. He bargains with her, "Work with me. Take this one." Linda, stoic in her chair, nods. He drives the ice pick in her thigh, too deep. Blood gushes. A major vein. He tries to stop the bleeding, but they all know this is a death sentence. Linda still has to play, unable to stand. She chooses to stab Amy instead of punishing Travis again. Amy recoils, but survives. Linda, however, slowly bleeds out. When Amy's turn comes, her mask drops. She sneers that the game isn't about helping, it's survival. Shepard indulges her. Amy plunges the ice pick into Iris's side, close to the lung. Iris screams, but luck keeps her alive. Barely. Then Cal, the optimistic one. He can stab or whip. He whips Travis, ending the veteran's game for good. Travis collapses, broken. His endurance spent, his sacrifice wasted. The round ends in blood and betrayal. The survivors are shaken, but not finished. They try to bolt. Chairs screech, bodies scramble. Iris actually makes it out of the dining, clutching the ice pick like it's her last chance. Cal, unlucky, gets gunned down in the hall. Iris pushes deeper into the manor, down into the basement. There, she runs into Julian. And Julian? He's not interested in games. He tries to force himself on her, all smug entitlement and cruelty. But Iris fights back. Desperation sharpens her into steel. She drives the ice pick into his knee and bites his face until he's screaming. It's brutal, messy, and necessary. Just when it looks like she might slip away, the door creaks open. Dr. Barden, her brother's doctor, the man who once won this same twisted game, steps in. He tells her he's here to save her. For one breath, there's hope. Then Bevins appears. No hesitation. One shot to Barden's head, and he drops. Iris is dragged back to the table like a broken doll. Shepard doesn't even blink. To him, it's just cleanup. Round 3 is waiting, and this one will shatter the gamblers, the liars, and the survivors alike. They thought whipping was cruel. The next choice is worse. The dining room looks smaller now. Fewer chairs, more blood on the floor. Shepard strolls back in, humming like it's a casual evening, while the survivors sit hollow-eyed. Only 4 left: Iris, Lucas, Amy, and Peter. Round 3 is unveiled with a flourish. Shepard calls at the known and the unknown. The known: hold your head underwater in a barrel for 2 minutes. The unknown: draw a card from the deck. It might be harmless. It might kill you. Roll the dice or drown yourself. Peter, the gambler, goes first. Of course he does. He smirks, half believing luck might finally turn. He chooses the card. Bad move. The paper orders him to ignite a firecracker in his hand. He grips it, teeth grinding as the fuse burns down. The explosion shreds his palm into meat. For one awful second, he's still alive. Then his heart gives out. The gambler dies of cardiac arrest, luckless to the end. Now it's Lucas. Strong, loyal, bleeding but breathing. He stares at the barrel, shakes his head. 2 minutes isn't possible for him. He pulls a card. Shepard grins. It's the razor. Lucas has to slit open his own eye. He swallows hard, steel trembling in his fingers, and does it. Blood floods his face, but he survives. He doesn't scream, not loudly, but the sound he makes sticks in your throat. Then Iris. She looks at the cards, looks at the barrel. She thinks of Raleigh, her brother lying in that bed, wasting away. She plunges her head into the water. Seconds stretch like knives. Her lungs scream for air, but she holds on. The room watches as her hair floats like seaweed. Just when it looks like she'll black out, Bevins yanks her up. She gasps alive. Shepard chuckles and shows her what her card would have been. Every tooth in her mouth pulled out. She chose wisely. Finally, Amy. Cocky, vicious Amy. She smirks and pulls a card. It tells her, for minutes in the barrel, double the time. The arrogance fades from her face instant. Bevins pushes her head down, water bubble. At first, she thrashes, but panic steals strength faster than pain. The 2-minute mark passes. Her lungs seize. She tries to breathe water. Her body spasms, then stills. Amy drowns while Shepard claps like it's a magic trick. When it's over, only 2 remain: Iris and Lucas, the finalists. The air feels poisonous with what's coming. Shepard sets the stage. The 4th and final round. He lays a dueling pistol on the table, polished and cruel. Iris has 2 choices: walk away with Lucas, both of them alive, but empty-handed, or shoot him, claim the prize, and save her brother. Lucas, shaking, tries to reason with her. He pours out his story, his family, his suffering, the reasons he came here. It's raw and almost tender. He's saying we're the same. Iris listens. She doesn't argue. She doesn't warn him. She just lifts the pistol and fires into his chest. Lucas falls back, eyes wide with betrayal, blood soaking the tablecloth. Shepard smiles. We have our winner. The game is over, but the cost isn't. Iris staggers home that night, washed in blood and silence. Shepard's money is hers. The promise of a marrow donor is in her pocket. She steps into her house, to Raleigh's room. He's lying still, peacefully asleep. Relief softens her face for the first time. She heads to the bathroom, turns on the shower, tries to scrub the night off her skin. But something feels wrong. Too quiet. When she checks on Raleigh again, the truth hits like a bullet. He isn't sleeping. He's cold. The empty pill bottles tell the rest. He overdosed, alone, while Iris was fighting to save him. She collapses beside his body, sobbing, screaming, "What did you do?" But the question has no answer. The money, the sacrifice, the cruelty, it was all for nothing. That's the ending. Shepard gets a show. Iris gets nothing but blood on her hands. And Raleigh? He never lived to see a cure. She thought she won. She didn't.